You already know what's going on based on the title of this video. That might have been one of the reasons you clicked on it. It's time for the last mow of the year. I'm going to start with a little bit of weed whacking, which I do before I mow, because that's kind of how you do it. Here's the old Badger weed whacker. It's actually not that old. Getting older, but it's not that old yet. And we're going to start it up. Had absolutely no trouble with it this year. Only thing I had to do was restring the spool at the end. And I got that like neon green looking stuff that I think you could just see in frame there, barely. I don't like it. It works, maybe. That's about it. The heads on these things, as I've seen over the years, are not as good as they could have been. There are other heads around, but they work fine-ish, sort of. So we're going to go start it up. Last time of the year. It is middle of Octember. No, third week of Octember almost. And we're having an unprecedented warm spell. It's, according to the car, 75 degrees. That's awesome. Had no trouble starting it. Let's give it a go and see if it's going to fire right up, and then we'll move on. I'll put that to run. Ten primes, and it usually takes about 6 pulls. There was a time either early in the season or something where it took a little more, but otherwise it's been running great. Plenty of fuel in it, so that's all good. We'll give her a whirl. Of course, it needed more for the video. Yeah, that just figures. But anyway, hey, it runs great. Does the job. And I'm going to go do that. You won't see that because that's the boring part of this. We're here to see the engine start up. So I'll be back with the Ghetto Fabulous lawnmower that is getting even more Ghetto Fabulous. And now on to the Ghetto Fabulous, even more Ghetto Fabulous lawnmower. How and why is it even more? Well, first thing we're going to do is check the oil, because you're supposed to. Hasn't run since I fixed it. In that video, there's a link in the prescription. I'll put the whole mess of that in the prescription, so if you missed any of this, you can go back and watch it like you should have been doing in the first place. So, should be plenty of oil because it hasn't run. And the oil is within serviceable range. Couldn't have imagined why. Gas in the haul. That's been low since I started. I'm going to fill it up some. This gas is about 30 minutes old. I just bought it. Just bought it. The gas can is another story. That's fine. It just helps it light up a little better. This doesn't pour nice when it's very full, but that's fine. Okay, good. So now we have too much gas. Perfect. We have a knackered up paint job on it. It's factory. We have a new carbonator and a new primer bulb, which doesn't seem to want to work. Now this mower is going to start and it's going to run one way or another. But there is still something screwed with that primer bulb, and I don't know what, and I'm not taking it apart for the last mow of the year to find out. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to prime the ever-loving fuck out of it. And we're going to hit it like 10 good times. And if it floods it, it floods it. If it doesn't, and it still doesn't start, then we're going to have to open up the air cleaner and find out if it is flooded or if it's just still not working, in which case we'll make it work. Okay. Give it a slower one. So there's 10. Roll this over a couple times to roll it over. It's rolled. We'll roll it one more time. Okay. So now let's see if it'll start. No, of course not. Why would it want to fucking start? Something is still fucked on it, and I don't know what it is. It smells like, well, we just spilled everything on it, so that might be why. So we're going to open the air cleaner up. I had a brilliant friggin' plan with this thing. Thought of a couple things to try, none of which are getting done now. Once I get this open, I'll tell you. Of course, it just doesn't want to. There. Still more. These screws just don't like come out of where there's there. There's a little. It looks like it might. So we got a couple things at play here. That stupid plastic ring, but it's installed because otherwise this thing would pull out. And I have that the right way now. So it could be that. And the other thing I thought to do is the hose that connects from here to the carburetor or whatever it is, where it goes, which is on nice and tight, is to put just a cable tie around each end of it to see if that's going to make it go. Yeah, it's not squirting any fuel whatsoever in there. None. Oh, there. Barely. That might be enough to make it run, barely. See that? I knew exactly what I was talking about. So a simple problem, maybe. And that's the other thing now that it has. It surges up and down. Just to do it. I don't know why. I'll let it warm up a bit and see. It shouldn't really need it, but we'll see. So now magically the primer bulb works. Because if I prime it now, I can see the fuel squirt in and you can hear it. But it's still a little shaky. Pretty smooth. Right. Okay. I don't know. It runs now. That's the main thing. And like I said, it's now extra ghetto fabulous. So I'll put the cover back on, because I realized I wanted to tell you what I thought of. So, see, I didn't even screw that yet, and it gets stuck. And this one too. I hate that. But I noticed something. Straight through the center of the air filter, there's a hole. You can see that kind of right there. And almost centered is this area where that intake is, where it primes, which it's not priming now. There, barely sending fuel in there. So the idea was to drill a tiny hole right through the center of this guy, so that way if I have any trouble I can stick the straw from a starting fluid can. Oh, the phone's ringing. Wonderful. Anyway, I can stick the straw from a starting fluid can through that, squirt it in there, should hit enough of the intake, and there you go. Okay. Now we'll see if we'll start one more time, and then I'll go and actually mow. And should have fuel in the carb. Should start. Yay! I can mow again. Oh, I'm fucking thrilled. There, it finally popped. I popped it. It mowed well. That was good. I don't know why, but it did. Like, it mowed all right. After mowing, it was kind of interesting because down over that way, we're over there, I kind of finished up over in that neck of the woods, and the sun was coming in at the right angle. The exhaust is over here, and there's blue smoke coming out of it. And it stayed blue smoking for, I don't know, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, something like that. And then the smoke went away. So I guess it's fine. I think what happened was it was under labor because the grass was like way too tall. So that would be my guess as far as why it was doing that. I wasn't able to capture that on video. There's no, last year we had a smoke show with this, but yeah, I gotta tell you, there's, I don't really have a reason to have a smoke show anymore, because the Italians don't live here no more. We got nice people here. So the whole, you know, putting oil in the cylinder to smoke them out and running the gas hedge trimmer on the fire bush over there, I don't know if I'm going to do that next year, because there's really no need. There's no need to smoke them out anymore because they ain't here. So I don't know, I might just, you know, cheap out and go the electric route on the hedge trimmer and that, and the mower, it mowed. That's about what I could tell you. So I'm going to leave it exactly as it is until next year, and then I'll have trouble starting it and all kinds of stuff like that, just like it was. I can't tell where you are in the screen. There's the Ghetto Fabulous lawnmower. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, cleaning the grouse off of it, I mean, that's, you could do that. But the rest, it's fine. We'll just leave her. kind of runs, kind of doesn't run, kind of starts, kind of doesn't start, but it's better than not running at all. Yeah, that's really it. I don't know what more to say, but that's the last time we're going to mow this year. Can't really see any other reason. It's warm today, tomorrow the next day, and then it's going to just plummet. And in a few more days, like another week or two, within that time, we're going to be putting the heat on, so you can look forward to a video on that. I'm not looking forward to it, but it's got to get done. Anyway, that's going to do it. It runs again. I can't believe that fucking nobody else on this planet could fix this mower. And me not knowing shit was able to at least make it run. Maybe not right, maybe not good, but at least make it run again. And nobody else on this fucking planet could do that. But it kind of almost works. And China had sent me, after I put the carbonator on here, another carbonator for this. So if you didn't see that video, I'll put a link to that as well, where I actually unbolt the whole fucking thing and then bolt the new one up. That's when I found out the new primer really doesn't work in as well as I thought it was. So there's a lot cut out of that video that you didn't see, and it started right in one pull, because that was not the first pull. It was more like the 33rd, or the 33rd, because that's what it is. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up. No more mowing this year. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Wow! I'm an air conditioner twerp, and I didn't get off on the air conditioner one more time this season! It's still plugged in. I don't know if it's warm enough for it to actually fire the compressor. We can give it a shot and see, so you can get off one more time this year. If it turns on, I'll go outside to the compressor and let you masturbate to that. It's fine. We'll see. It started. Get your Jergens. Yeah, it's just kind of running. Yeah. Wouldn't have imagined that might have happened. Shit. I don't feel much here. It's kind of windy, so it's blowing whatever away. There he is. Now I feel it. It's warm. It's got that going for it. No real grangly, grumbly compressor sounds. There's a fan in it. Wow. Oh, sorry. Trying to cut down. So yeah, it's cold. Everything's good. Blowing nice and cold. The circular air is kind of circling. It kind of goes more that way than this way. I don't know why. We'll see when it comes back around. Maybe because of the tape to keep it from rattling. but it's not hindering the gearbox in any way, so it's all good. Yeah, started up no problem. So that means that I fully expect that it will start up again no problem next year. So now you can say your final goodbye, have your final wank. And yeah, there's refrigerant sounds in there. Yep. It's refrigerizing. But that's going to be it. So we'll unplug it for the season. And that just kind of stays there. Primer seems to work now. Nothing was changed. Nothing was touched. But if I could flood it out like that, why does it magically work now? And it didn't work before when I wanted to start it when you fucking need it. Oh, God.